Namaste and greetings. Welcome to Flavourful Eats. I am your host Hamsha Naidu, and with me, joining me today is Sumana Bhatt. Welcome.
Hello.
And
Shashikala Bhatt. Hello Hamsha.
And
Sushila,
Janardhan.
Sumana's mother from India. Hello.
And we're working on methi leaves. Methi, a super vegetable in my mind.
Yes.
And
Very healthy.
very healthy. So we got here the seeds, the leaves, and the dried version. So I am starting the first dish today. We're making a cake, a rice dish, and a vegetable curry to go with that.
Right.
Right. So I'm just going to be moving this, and I'm making what I call a methi cake. It's a savory version of a dish. So with that, I'm just adding my dry ingredients, my liquid ingredients, which is oil and milk, and lastly flavorings, methi, sweet cream corn, sweet corn. Just make sure it is cream style, and some onion and green chilies, which I'm going to give my dear friend here to grate. So what I do first is put our liquid ingredients together, and that's the milk and the oil. I'm actually using ghee today, so it's already liquefied. So I'm putting it in this gadget here, so I can mix it. I don't have to use a mixer.
Yeah.
So I'm just shaking it. It's ready for that. And then I use the butter paper to grease the pan. Dry ingredients here. I told you I put some flaxseed powder today.
Right.
So it'll add some stability and add a little bit more health value to that.
Correct.
And I've put some baking powder, some salt, and this is all-purpose flour. You can use just about any flour you choose to. Adds a little bit gluten to everything else. So there's about a cup of flour here, and I'm just putting that together. Sumana, do you want to beat that together?
Yeah, sure.
I know you always wanted to know how this is made, right?
Right.
While you're mixing that, I'm going to give you a job. If you can put these two ingredients together in this bowl.
In this?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're mixing the raw ingredients, the methi and the corn. And then if you can add, this is semolina, so a little bit of semolina to that. And then this is chickpea flour, or gram flour, or besan in the Indian store. And then you mix it all together.
Should I?
Yes, please. And then what I've forgotten to mention is this is our fresh variety of the methi leaves, and the stores actually sell the frozen variety. So this is a frozen one. You can use a bunch of the fresh one, which you would grind in your mixie or chop it very fine, like this one is.
Yeah. I think if you're in a hurry, you would go ahead and use the frozen variety
Right.
because it's already washed, cleaned, and chopped. Whereas if you go ahead and use the fresh version, then you'll have to wash it and chop it. Yeah, and that could take time. So you could use either
You want to
version.
make a little hole in the middle there?
Yeah, sure.
And
Let's
then
do
just
that.
put this in there. And
All
you're going to
right.
just beat that together. This is the liquid ingredients. Okay, once that's done, then you add this one
is
and
done.
that one.
Methi herb cake. Hamsha makes it for dinner parties, and it's a great appetizer. It's healthy, and at the same time, it tastes so good.
Yes, and any of these ingredients can be left out. Like if you don't want onion for some reason, you don't have to put the onion in. If you don't want a little bit of green chilies, you don't have to put the green chilies. The cream corn is there, so you don't really need to add the sugar, because in this country, the cream corn is actually very sweet. So that's about it. Can I borrow that for a second? So that's simple. Just fold it all in. It's a nice batter. The use of the flaxseed powder adds a little bit more nutrients, and it can help keep the cake together.
Right.
I mean, my original recipe never had that. So the way we grease the pan is we just take the piece of paper and make sure that all corners is greased. Like I said, I'm using my butter paper, but you could you don't have to. Make sure that all corners are done so that it comes out easily. And I'm going to be...
Is salt added to this?
Yes, I
Hamsha?
added salt too. You don't have to put a piece of paper at the bottom, but I chose to, so it makes life a little easier taking it out. So Sumana, do you want to just put that inside there while I wash my hands?
Yeah, sounds good. All right, so we're now pouring the batter into the
Tray.
tray, the baking tray. And then this goes to the oven.
So it's simple as that. Even more simple when everybody is working together.
Right.
And then you
Watch
just
this.
just take this thing and just sprinkle liberally. So while I put this in the oven,
Yes.
Sumana is going to be making a pulao. So for that, she's going to be explaining you all the ingredients she has right here.
Right. All right. So the next dish that we'll be making is the carrot methi pulao. Yes, and so the ingredients that we'll be using here is oil, and then we use the garlic and ginger. So as you see, the garlic and ginger here. So we saute that along with the green chilies, and once that's sauteed, we go ahead and add onions. So you see the onions, the chopped onions here, and after that we go ahead and add carrots. So this is a couple of carrots that have been grated. We have a tomato.
2 tomatoes.
2 tomatoes, yeah. So that's also been chopped. We have the methi leaves. Now this is fresh methi leaves.
That has been chopped up.
Yeah,
yes.
it's been washed as well as chopped. We
So
also
do you use
have-
one bunch or 2 bunches?
This actually has 3 bunches.
3 bunches, 3
and
of this
we'll be
kind bunch.
using and we'll be going ahead and using this for 3 separate dishes.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be using it for a couple of other curries. One is an aloo methi, and the other one is a methi dal.
Dal.
Right. For 3 dishes, we pretty much have 3 bunches of methi leaves that we buy from the Indian store. We also have 2 cups of basmati rice. So again, we'll be using the instant pot to go ahead and make the carrot methi pulao. So let's go ahead and start making the methi pulao, the carrot methi pulao. So what I'm going to do is first go ahead and press the saute mode. Okay, so now we'll put the oil. And then we have the ginger and the garlic. So we have the garlic. Oh, sorry, ginger and then the garlic and the green chilies.
Yeah.
And let's start sauteing this. It may take a little bit of time to heat that pot, for the pot to get heated, but it should be very soon.
Yes, I remember once we visited you, and by the time we got home, you already cooked us some rice and you sent it within,
Right.
literally within 20 minutes.
Exactly.
So it's amazing the nutritional value on this methi leaves. It's,
Yeah.
you know, for the longest time, I know the methi seeds people soak overnight and will have it for the morning to help with diabetes, right? To
Right.
Yeah.
help fight diabetes.
Even now, they take so many people in India. They use this methi
Right.
as a medicine
Yes.
for diabetes.
Right.
It's such a low-calorie food.
Yeah, this dish
nutrition.
is mostly balanced food. It contains all the greens and tomatoes and
Oh yes,
carrots,
all together.
which gives carotene.
The carotene, yes,
Yeah.
from vitamin A from the
Yeah.
carrots, yes.
I think this is
They're
good.
really healthy.
Yeah. So we're just right now we're sauteing the garlic, ginger, as well as green chilies. Yeah. The next step would be adding the onions.
So this itself is a dish on its own, where you get all your nutrients. You don't even need to add anything else. You don't have to make another dish.
Right.
And we can call this one pot, one shot.
Right.
Because you're using
The
one
instant
pot and you're cooking it.
All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and add onions.
Onion.
I think about a cup should be good. It should be good. Yeah.
No, it's here.
Okay, so we're going ahead and we added 1 cup of onions, chopped onions, and we're going ahead and sauteing this right now. All right. So once it's cooked, then we can go ahead and add the methi and the carrot and the tomato.
Yeah.
This needs to be light brown in color. So we continue to saute till it becomes light brown in color. So one advantage of using the Instant Pot is that, you know, as Hamsha said, it's one pot for everything. You can use it for sauteing, for pressure cooking, and it's very healthy because there's no non-stick on this, and it's all, you know, it's all steam-based cooking, which is always very healthy. And the other advantage, you know, for working women, you can go ahead and make this in the morning, you know, just go ahead and saute your vegetables and add your rice, and then you can turn it on, and then by the time you come back in the evening, you have all your food is piping hot and freshly made. Okay, so
now
once
it's
the
onion is nice and brown.
right, the onions are nice and brown. So let's go ahead and start adding the vegetables. So we're going to be adding the methi first. So what I'm doing is I'm putting approximately 1 cup of methi. Yeah, yeah, and then a little bit of the tomatoes. Actually, we'll add both the tomatoes. This is anyway good for health. So that's about 2 chopped tomatoes, and then we have 2 grated carrots. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll start adding the powders to this, because you know this is steam-based cooking. It's going to all cook in the instant pot,
And the fuse is all all the flavors infused very nicely.
yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding the different ingredients. We have a little bit of turmeric powder, which is again very good for health. Nowadays at Costco, we were surprised to see turmeric
Available, powdered available.
Cereal available. Cereal available.
Yeah, so that's really amazing that
It's something that
people
we
have
were
realized
using
that.
all our
Okay,
lives.
now the other thing, yeah, the coriander, and this is I think the garam masala, so we don't want that. We just want a little bit of the cumin powder, and 1 spoon of that, 1 spoon of the coriander powder.
And they both aid digestion very well.
Right, and did we put the chili powder? A little bit of chili powder, because I know this is super spicy, so I'm just going to put a little bit of this. And then we put a little bit of 1 spoon of salt. I think about a 1 spoon, 1.5 spoons of salt should be good. Yeah, I'll just go with that. Yeah, and then so we again, as you see, you know, with the instant pot, you can already see that the vegetables are slightly cooking. Okay, so the next thing that we do after sauteing this for some time, we'll go ahead and add the basmati rice. So this is again basmati rice available anywhere nowadays. Even the regular grocery stores also use.
So now that's about a cup and a half, right?
I think about 2 cups.
2 cups.
2 cups of basmati rice. Yes. Yeah, we'll just try using. So tempted to use your.
Yes, you use your hand. That's the best tool you have. We washed your hand before we start the show, right?
Right, exactly. Okay, so we add the basmati rice, and basmati rice, I think we have 1:1 and a half. 1.5. Yeah.
Oh, I know, but for the instant pot, it's 1:1, correct?
1:1. Yeah, I mean we can do either way, you know. We can just do 1 for now.
Because for right now, also the vegetable has
have a lot of water.
Yeah, right.
Water content.
Correct,
is
right. So let's just do 1:1. So 1 cup of basmati rice for 1 cup of water.
So in this case, you put 2 cups of basmati rice, so you put 2 cups.
2 cups of water, right? Yeah. So let me go ahead and get 2 cups of water.
Can I pour it for you?
Yeah, we can just go ahead and pour it.
Guess you could use a spatula
so
to
that's
clear
good.
it.
Yeah, we'll just clear it up over here, and that's it. We're all set.
So you're going to put that for
We'll just put it in the rice mode.
rice mode.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just 12 minutes.
12 minutes, yeah. We'll go ahead and cover the. So the vent is sealed. The instant pot is on. I cancel the saute mode, and then I just go ahead and plug in the rice mode, and we're all set.
So we are busy doing the aloo methi, right? That's a vegetable curry.
Yeah, we're making aloo methi, which is a vegetable curry.
You have a starch.
North Indian style, and because aloo means potato, and methi is of course the methi. And what I'm
Fenugreek
going to do,
leaves.
that's the fenugreek leaves, right? Fenugreek leaves. So what I'm doing is I'm pre-cooking some of the potato. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep this covered in a frying pan. So let me go ahead and just have this.
Is this how the method you've got in your that you normally would
Yes.
do? Oh, okay.
But there are different ways of doing this. You could either cook it over the flame, or you could put it into the pressure cooker, or you could even microwave it. There's different ways by means of which you can get your potato cooked.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm just going to use the
Stove method.
method to do this. Yeah.
So I also make potato and methi, but I get all my seasoning in. I chop my potatoes fine and I put it in, and then add salt.
Right.
And then in the end, I just sprinkle a little bit of methi.
Right.
And the smaller
That
you
also you
cut,
can do.
yes, the smaller you cut the potato, the quicker it cooks, right?
Cooks, right.
Yes,
yeah. Right.
yes.
I just wanted it to be more.
Yes, for presentation, this is a good
This
size.
looks a good size, right? Okay. The problem is, okay.
I'll do that.
So now let's start with the aloo methi. Is this being heated? Yes, it is. Okay, so let's start with the oil. Okay, and a little bit of ghee. Yeah.
So the reason we put oil before we're putting any ingredients is to actually help the spice aroma to come out, right?
Yeah, it does help with that. And the next thing we're doing is we're adding a little bit of cumin seeds.
And for those that are a little bit concerned about using oil, you can actually just use a dry pot and just it'll splutter there too.
Right. And then
Heat it
we
up.
put a little bit of asafoetida, so that's interesting.
Salsa? That's
No, this is aloo methi, so typically we just do the cumin seeds and asafoetida and oil. So that's what we're doing here. Yeah. So now we add a little bit of the garlic and ginger.
So if you want to make this a one pot dish, you can too, like the way I just explained earlier.
Yeah,
on.
there. Okay. So we do this, and let's go ahead and add the onions also while we're there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everything gets cooked together.
So this is probably roughly 1 onion chopped.
Yeah, approximately. That's what the recipe says. So
And the nice thing about purple onion is got a little sweetish taste, so the undertones of a methi leaf or fenugreek herb is a little bit bitter.
right.
So this counteracts the taste of the bitterness in that.
Yeah.
Even here, can you smell that, Auntie?
yeah.
Or
Right.
that ghee is even.
Right.
The ghee smell you can
Well, yesterday we made the ghee,
Oh,
so it's very
okay.
fresh ghee.
fresh.
You can smell that fresh ghee for sure.
Right.
And that's
The
clarified
onion is-
butter
the
for those who
potato
don't.
is cooking now.
Yeah, right. The potato is also cooking, so we're good there.
So we're making like 2 or 3 meals in this one meal.
Look at that, I mean, we have so many, that the vegetable or the vegetable is so versatile.
Yeah.
We're making so many different dishes with just the same meat.
And this is not even the tip of the iceberg
Right.
of the many different things you can do with the fenugreek.
I mean, we made an appetizer, we made a 2 separate curries, a dal and a dry curry and a wet curry and a rice.
And a rice
so,
dish.
Yeah.
You can make methi for the paratha also.
Yeah,
Yes, that's what I'm
that's
saying. It's like we barely got the tip of the iceberg
Iceberg
there.
here, right.
And you can, many people put it in the
Chillies.
paneer dishes.
Yes.
I think it may, for me, I think it maybe cuts
good,
down the cholesterol.
That's what.
Fenugreek just cuts
right.
cholesterol too. So,
So it looks like our potatoes are cooked.
okay.
Yeah, so that's good. So, we just try to accelerate the process by cooking
Separately.
Separately.
right. Cooking the potatoes separately. Okay, this is almost done, I think. I think we need another 2 more minutes of sauteing, and I think we should be good with this. Okay, so let's go ahead and add the potatoes to it. So we're going to go ahead and add the potatoes. Cool, there you go.
So put just the right amount of water, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. It's
exactly.
all cooked in there.
You're really good cook, so that shows how perfect you are.
It's not about my perfection. It's about doing this every day.
know you're
It's
cooking.
experience.
Yeah.
Experience counts about everything.
All right. So we should add the methi to this. Okay, we'll add so once the potatoes are cooked, we'll go ahead and add half of the methi, and then the next
Methi
one is
for
only for the
methi
dal. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is for the dal. We're using a lot of methi, and that's really good for health.
It's all balanced food.
Okay, now to this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of
Turmeric.
turmeric, right? Turmeric powder. Turmeric is always used for everything, pretty much in Indian cooking. So we have turmeric powder.
And that's the other thing. For the property of the turmeric to be well absorbed, you have the chili, the fat, and the
Right.
pepper, the fat, and the turmeric.
Right. And then we
Fully
have a little
absorption.
bit of red chilies which I should have put earlier, but that's fine. It'll get cooked along with the rest of the
You see,
rest
normally
of
put
it.
it in the oil.
In the
correct?
oil,
Hot
right,
oil,
right.
yes.
Okay, and then we add a little bit of the cumin powder and the coriander powder, and then we're good.
Leave that to simmer while mother-in-law does, Mrs. Sushila does the other one,
Yeah.
Dal.
The dal, right.
methi dal.
Methi dal.
Did we add salt to this? We didn't add
No,
the salt,
we didn't
right?
add salt yet.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay, and then I'm going to put a little bit of
Mango
salt to
dal
taste,
is
and I think we're good.
Mango dal.
Yeah, that's a little bit of salt to taste. Okay, so I think we'll let this cook.
We are now making our really protein part of the whole thing with some tur dal. So you're doing tur dal together with some methi. So you're calling it methi dal.
Methi dal.
All right. Mrs. Shashikala Bhatt's going to be doing that one.
Yeah. This is dal cooked one. Cooked.
So the way you did
yeah.
that is you put it in the pressure cooker and you let it cook for like
Yes, with
10
a little bit of turmeric powder.
turmeric powder,
Turmeric
right.
powder. And cooked dal, methi leaves, ginger, salt, green chillies, and
Curry
lemon, and for seasoning, curry leaves and this
Mustard seeds.
mustard seeds. Okay, that's all.
Yeah, and we
That's
put a
all.
little bit of
That coriander leaves in the end only we are going to
And
put.
then we have an interesting hing as a
Yeah,
fakida
yeah.
you're using.
Hing. Actually, we brought this from India. It gives very good smell. This is also okay, but this is
More pure form
Yeah.
because it comes in a
Yeah.
little crystal which is a
This
little
is-
hard.
yeah.
Looks
So-
like a rock when you see
Yeah.
it. Am I right?
yeah,
Like a
we
little
have
stone?
to put little water and dissolve that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So how much you like use a small piece?
only small quantity.
Yeah.
Only
If you add more, then it starts real bad smell.
We cannot.
You won't be able to
yeah.
eat it.
Very strong smell.
Eat that. Okay. Dal first. Cook dal. If somebody see that, we can use our hands.
Hands are the best
Yeah.
tool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let me just check
That
each
is
one
true.
and see. Otherwise, we don't want it to
And
be
little more water.
All these things are precious. But you know something? You take a little bit of
It's
this
done, huh?
seeds,
Cook.
put it into shallow soil,
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ salt
and
hacker.
within 10 days,
Correct? No khara, eh?
Correct with no para.
you can sprout it first. That takes only 1 or 2 days. And
Yeah.
sprouted fenugreek is very good also.
Yeah. So,
I'm sure we can
always
take this
sprouted
off.
is very
Put
good.
this off.
Okay. So our potato and methi is ready. So we're switching it off.
This is just like a little bit, little like rasam.
Because of
Yeah.
the little sour you were adding to it.
Little like rasam. So we can add little
Oh,
water.
to make it a little more liquid than thick.
The big one is also done. Do you think so?
Yeah, the big one is done.
You
salt
tried
to
it, right?
taste.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So you want to show how you check
close
for
it.
doneness?
Yeah, so what we do is typically we take a toothpick and then just,
Or a knife.
or a knife and just poke it to see if it's cooked.
It's cooked.
Yeah, so right now it
taste.
looks like it's cooked, so
So in the meantime, Auntie is putting
Shall
some
we close it?
yeah, we'll close it and keep it.
So let it cook
Yeah.
in steam.
Green chilies.
So not to be confused, we put here the dal, the methi seeds, salt, green chilies.
Yeah.
And we're leaving that to
And,
boil for a little bit.
Little ginger.
And ginger for digestion
Yeah.
again.
And for a dal, it's ginger always. We use ginger also. It's good. Some they say. Yeah. And everything is okay. Yeah. In the end, you
It
have
has
to.
got lot of medicinal properties. This ginger
Yes.
for so many ailments. They use ginger.
Paneer ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು.
I see. Then we add
Lemon juice.
lemon juice also.
Sumana, you want to help mother do
Yeah.
that? Or you want me to do it? I can do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good to lift that up and put this
In
over
the
it.
end
to use
only
it.
we have to put.
Yes, there you
Because
go.
it should not cook.
That's what I was thinking. Normally lemon we
All
do
the
not,
vitamin C will go away if you put before.
And for the seasoning, in the end, little
This is hot.
seasoning.
So you don't put
Mustard seeds.
you don't
and,
put any oil or anything there.
Yes, we have to. Ghee, good smell is.
Yes. so
If we use ghee, yeah, that gives good smell. Okay, and 1 red chili. That's all.
So that's boiling. This is the seasoning is getting done.
Yeah. We use curry leaves also a lot.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I don't use, actually usually I cut it small.
Yes, fine.
Yeah, fine and put. We cannot take it off from this thing.
Yes, so because of the health value. You and we all did a show on curry leaf,
Yeah,
remember?
yeah.
And we spoke a lot about the curry leaves and its health values too.
And lemon.
So you use a whole full lemon?
Yeah, actually it gives good flavor also. So if it is more, you need not put whatever. That's for your taste. I think you can.
Oh,
Just like
actually, at
ginger.
least 2 tablespoons of lemon there.
Yeah.
Shall we put this on?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It's over.
that's
Dal
done.
is over.
So you have a lot of vitamin C in there
Right? With the lemon, right?
with lemon flavor.
Unfortunately, vitamin C is lost with heat though.
Yeah, but now we are going to switch it off.
Yes, it's off.
Oh.
Yes, I think it's already switched off.
Yeah, and then you do cilantro.
Hake.
Oh, hakiato.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, cilantro was added.
Yeah.
So the language you're hearing on the side is Kannada. Okay, Sumana, you're done with your little methi pulao, right?
Right.
Look at it, it's looking so colorful there
Oh,
too.
wow, it's looking really nice.
So now I'm going to go get my cake out of the oven.
Okay.
So what a delectable meal we have right here. This is a meal on its own. This could be a meal on its own if you wanted to. This here could be served with just plain rice or
It's a
chapatis.
vegetable. It's a vegetable.
Chapatis. This could be eaten as a soup if one wanted
Even
to.
chapati also they use.
Right. We
And
need
it's
this as
highly
chapati.
protein because tur dal contains highest protein.
Yes, it does. So yes.
All right.
Okay.
So I think we're good. All right. So as you see here, we have so many varieties with just the methi leaf and the fenugreek leaf. So yeah.
Carrot,
Awesome.
tomato.
Yes, and
Yeah,
we are
beautiful.
definitely going to be enjoying it right now. So from Flavourful
I
Eats,
hope you people come and you can taste it.
yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm sure Patrick is going to have some of us eating it very, very soon.
There will be more shows with Hamsha.
Switch the
From I'm your host Amsha Naidu.
Sushila Janardhan.
Sumana Bhatt.
Shashikala Bhatt.
Thank you so much for watching Flavourful Eats. Always available at ActonTV.org. Any comments or anything you need to know, write to flavorfuleats@gmail.com. I'm your host Amsha Naidu. Till we meet again. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.